Guys, good morning. So here's the bullish catalyst. Here's the negative side to all this. The bullishness, you guys probably heard, Donald Trump came out and said, we're creating a strategic reserve. And guess what? It's not just going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, ADA, Solana, SOL, and Ripple, which is XRP. When that came out, guys, Cardano ended up ripping 88% in a matter of about 2.5 hours. It was crazy, okay? Obviously, XRP ended up going up. XLM followed suit a little bit here, but nowhere close to XRP. And we ended up seeing even Solana have a decent run here. And it's been a very fun day to watch. Today, the market's going back down. Why is this going back down? Well, let's take a look at this. Part of the reason why, which is pretty annoying, if you guys have been following behind the scenes, I know my face is covering this, but basically BlackRock is continuing their selling. And part of the reason why we ended up seeing the flash drop that we had, and that was on February 3rd, is because BlackRock is continuing to sell. Like even after this pump, they're still selling $270 million worth of Bitcoin, and they're all selling it to Coinbase Prime. What are they doing? Well, rumors are that BlackRock wants a Bitcoin fork. And usually what BlackRock wants, they get. What is that going to look like for cryptocurrency? I don't know. I haven't heard anyone explain it well of what why do they want it to fork and what's the agenda or motive after that happens and how will it affect the market? I haven't heard anyone give a good analogy on that, probably because a lot of this is still speculation. So what we're watching for is what's going to happen next. And I think we need to stay true to technical analysis and not put too much weight on that, although it is kind of frustrating that BlackRock is selling off while the whole market is trying to come back from the dead here. So what's going on is we're coming back down and we're testing this descending support line, which we're holding pretty well at about $89,000. We have trades in favor that pushed down here to a 5.84. It was very, very low. And the last time this happened was the exact same liquidation event you can see over here where the market went up. We ended up seeing some moves back down, and then we started going on actually over a 90% increase in Bitcoin's price for the leg up. I do personally still believe there's another leg up. When I say leg up, it means that we actually break the previous resistance here and we start pushing into 115, 120, 125, 150 plus. I do believe that's still here for the cycle. Now, when we see this metric down here, market reversals, whenever you get green bars to the downside, it says these are great places to accumulate with well money flow low. This was a no-brainer. This is a great accumulation spot. It's just nauseating to be like, oh, we called it. But in the future forecast, a lot of the metrics that we went over on Friday, we're saying, you know what, this is probably the bottom, and we're looking to see for moves back up. The reason why it's not like, oh, we called it, is I don't think anybody could have predicted when Trump was going to make that tweet. It literally was like the tweet came out, or the post, whatever we call it now, and the market pumped. Now, I want to show you guys something. Here's a little bit of the data that suggests, we may start going back down a little bit, is because we have a gap now. So here's the problem with pumping on the weekend, is that the Bitcoin futures always create gaps. And as you guys know, gaps love to be filled. They love to be filled. So the gap that we had previously was around here at about 80,000. And listen, this is the futures. This is not the Bitcoin chart you guys are typically used to. So 80,000 all the way down to about here, about 78,000. So we filled about, I would say 85 to 90% of that. But now the problem is we've got a gap to the downside. Now, do we have to fill this gap? No, we don't have to fill it. Actually, in previous bull markets, there's many gaps that weren't filled. But if we're going to see any type of stall here, we may start seeing price come back down and test this area of about 85,000. It's it's going to freak people out because all the money that they just saw, like guys, our account, we're very transparent about this. My account went up $477,000 in 2 hours when this news came out. It sounds great, but all that's going to be given up if we come back down and fill the gap here. So the question is, do you sell or do you hold? Well, my thought is that I think we need to hold. And here's why. This is going to get into what we're going to talk about tomorrow. I think you guys are really going to like this. There is an indicator out there, if you know it or not. I'm going to come through my notes now so I don't screw this up. There is an indicator that called the exact pump on January 9th, the exact peak on January 16th, the exact drop, when the drop happened, the February 3rd, was called to the specific date, the February 15th drop, and the February 25th drop, pump. This was all called, guys. This is the crazy part. 47 days in advance. 47 days in advance from a metric. What do you think the metric is doing right now? The metric has already printed into the future. Let me do a color like this. So the metric ended up showing, okay, it should look like this, and then moving back up. It literally goes over the chart like this, okay? And then I'm not going to draw exactly what it shows in the future, but I'm just going to play around with something here, okay? Obviously, it looks silly. We can actually see what it tells us is going to happen for the next 47 days. And the last 5 fractals on Bitcoin, so BTC and XRP, they've been called to the exact day. And that's when I did a Telegram message to you guys the other day when I said, I'm going to start calling out specific dates. Like maybe it's going to be this week. No, we're talking about specific days during March where we're expected to see the next pumps, the spikes in price, as well as when we're expected to see drops. So you guys can write these down and actually put them into your game plan when you want to accumulate more, when you want to potentially sell at some high points, okay? We're going to go over that tomorrow. And then on Friday, here's what we're going to do. Because this is I was like praying this week and I'm like, Lord, like what do people need? And I felt like this is what everyone needs right now. Everybody needs a risk management plan, okay? Of specifically, how are you going to sell and scale out? So what we are doing is tomorrow we're going to show you guys this chart and we're going to predict into the future where some scaling out points will be. And I'll give you the exact dates for March, okay? And then on Friday, we're going to go over 5 risk management plans. I devised these, but I also put them into Grok and we did the advanced mathematics behind it. So we can actually find out which one of these 5 strategies, they're all completely separate, which one would be the best for a trader to potentially use with their financial advisor. Okay, this is not financial advice, but I truly believe the next step is going to be a parabolic move in Bitcoin. We are going to break the ridiculous ascending resistance line that has been holding true forever, and the bears have been holding on to hope on this. And I'm going to show this to you guys real quick. It's a little bit of member-only content, but you guys, I do think you need to see this. I'm going to try to pull up this chart. Okay. This line right here, since 2017, really actually 2015, this is what we've been holding. Bears are like, we are not going to break above this. I do think we are going to break above this cycle, okay? So when we start breaking above this, you really need a risk management plan, guys, of exiting. You've already been through the month of February. You guys know February was 40% lower than the average February month since 2017. 40% lower. So if March is going to make back what happened in February, okay, and January, we could potentially be seeing a 40% plus month for Ethereum. That means the altcoins will skyrocket. I personally believe this is a place to take some profit on specific days. And so I'm actually going to give you guys those dates, show you the indicator that we're using so you can have confidence in why I'm calling this. We're going to show multiple indicators of dates. And then you guys can devise a risk management plan. And I'm going to give you guys a downloadable spreadsheet that has all 5 risk management plans in there and has all the advanced mathematics at the bottom to show you, that makes sense. And then I have a big whiteboard over here I've been working on. So the whiteboard has the equation on it. The ending equation says, I can't even tell you guys, it's going to give it away. Anyways, I will go over all of that and I'm going to reduce it down to here's what you need to look for with minimal this, maximum this within this amount of time, and you can chop it up however you want. That's how you're going to make maximum profit this cycle. Okay, I'm confident of saying that because you can back test it in the past bull markets and it's worked really, really well. Okay, all right. In order to access that, because you guys are going to want to watch it, there's a link in the description. Okay, it's got a little gift box emoji. You guys are all going to get 25% off our membership. We're doing this right now as kind of a special. We're not going to have this forever. Okay, but 25% off for your first month. Grab that, and then simply just tomorrow morning under the future forecast here, it will be posted right here. Okay, and then we're going to add it to the drop down here of everything that we give you guys. These are all downloadable spreadsheets. These are master classes. Come in here and watch anything you want. You can just pause the video and take a look at what you're going to get when you get a membership. But tomorrow is going to be huge because we are going to start looking to scale out of our portfolio. Before I end here, let me give you guys an update on the portfolio, okay? We are currently sitting on the day up $46,000 on Coinbase at 742, and then on our ledger where we keep the treasure, Bitcoin and Stellar, we're sitting down here about 61,000, which is from basically a pump of $30,000 yesterday. So we're still doing well. $1 million is our cost basis, so that's our principal balance. So we are about $745,000 in profit still. All right. I hope you guys are ready for what's coming in March because I'm not holding till this ridiculous price action of $1 million by Jack Mallers. It's not going to happen in 2025. We're going to do this smartly. We're going to get out. We're going to change our lives. We're going to take some lifestyle chips off the table on specific dates, and then we can reorient back in on the higher lows and continue month by month. I love you guys. Everything's in the description. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. I would not miss this. Bye, guys.